Bungie is doing a complete overhaul to build crafting in Destiny 2 with the arrival of Lightfall. Look at this image we have here. This is an image that comes from an article that just went live on Bungie.net that is titled Build Crafting Evolved. In today's video, we're going to read through this entire thing and understand how build crafting is changing in Lightfall. Over the last few years, we've been expanding on build crafting options within Destiny 2. We want players to find fun and unique ways to embrace any given flavor of combat while expressing themselves through the power of their guardians. I love this already. I have been really enjoying build crafting and the evolution of build crafting in Destiny 2 as a side note, because I feel like you can use so many different classes and you can use the strength of the melee, the grenade, super, whatever it may be. I really have been enjoying build crafting. Let me know what some of your favorite builds are down in the comments. The current build crafting system relies heavily on a mod library that has grown to be highly complex and at times confusing. Agreed? So we are making some changes to improve it, as well as other aspects of how you build your dream monster killing machine. Nice, I like this. Today we're going to share some more details on the upcoming in-game loadouts and mod customization features, and how we are evolving the build crafting experience as a whole. TLDR, consolidation is a major theme in many of the changes you'll be seeing today. The current pre-Lightfall mod system has been built piecemeal over the years and contains a lot of redundancies. The loadout system empowers Guardians to suit up for whatever task on the fly. Up to 10 slots available to save multiple loadouts. I love this already. This is going to be so nice. Just be able to swap between loadouts. Like, say you want to play some trials, play some PvP, and then you quickly want to go do a Grandmaster. Having the ability in-game to swap your loadouts sounds amazing. It's something I've been using on Dim for a while. This single screen system also provides opportunities for players to create and share their loadouts with the community more easily. That's awesome. The mod customization screen will make managing your mods easier with them all in one place. Like the Guardian appearance screen, this screen creates an easy reference space where you can see all your armor pieces and mods at any given time. Champion counters are being spread between artifact perks, subclass abilities, and more. Updates to mods streamline the process and bring new and exciting build potential to Destiny 2. We're taking the opportunity to touch and tune every single mod in Destiny 2. Woo! This is going to be crazy. We're removing energy types from mods and armor. What? Removing energy types? Giving players more flexibility in crafting their builds? No more switching between energy types to find the mod you want? That is so nice. Oh my gosh. That change alone just makes me super excited for build crafting in the future. We're reducing the pressure on armor energy by retuning armor mod costs and changing artifact perks to no longer require mod slots. Very nice. We're moving weapon type specific mods to damage type specific mods for increased flexibility in builds. Okay. Things are about to get crazy. Loadouts. Being able to save your loadout and easily switch between them in-game has been a long requested feature and is arriving Lightfall next month. We're taking the power of quickly switching between carefully crafted builds and making it available in-game. Here are some problems the team wanted to solve. Quickly swap entire sets of gear without numerous trips to the vault or having to open a second screen. Decrease time in between play sessions caused by needing to rebuild a loadout. Creating ways to label loadouts for a quick identification. Nice. So you can see here, we got a raid custom loadout, and it's got all your mods slotted in here and all the weapon perks you have on everything. Here you can see a warlock with 3 loadouts created of the 6 slots they have unlocked. You'll be able to unlock all 10 slots by progressing through the new Guardian rank system. Interesting. I'll have to read about that. Each loadout label has an assortment of colors and icons to choose from, including Crucible, Raid, Trials, Gambit, damage types, and more. Very nice. Okay. Mods and customization. When Lightfall goes live, it'll be a new ball game of sorts. Things will be different, and you will have a blank slate to start cooking up new builds for future adventures. Not all current builds in Destiny 2 will be possible upon launch, but there will be a healthy offering to start with. We're also planning to expand upon build crafting options season over season. Interesting. Not all builds in Destiny 2 are possible on launch. Very interesting. I wonder what that means specifically. Sounds like things are time-gated, but I don't like that. Problems the team wanted to solve. Cut down on time managing mods. Remove limitations that created confusing experiences, breaking down barriers to make build crafting fun. Giving players more understandable ways to earn mods. Remove the need to wait for 801 to sell a specific mod you need. That's awesome. Retune mods to give players more forms of expression, while also tamping on areas of power creep. Nice. Power creep definitely needs to be addressed. It's gotten pretty out of hand in the recent seasons. Mod customization, we can see here what we've got going on. Very nice. Yeah, it doesn't show that think that is normally a stasis affinity. Interesting. Our new mod customization screen is going to make creating your builds much easier, as you're able to see all your currently applied mods and how they're affecting your stats on one screen. From here, you can quickly select different pieces of gear to start tinkering. Very nice. I like this screen. There's also a tab at the top of the screen so you can switch over to see what perks and stats your current weapons have without having to switch back to your character screen. Very nice. Well, that's awesome. I love the new UI changes coming. Let's talk about earning mods. Historically, mods were unlocked in a variety of ways, but for the most part, you were waiting on 801 to have them in stock. We wanted to remove this waiting game and make all mods have a clear unlock path. Finally! All mods will be unlocked by achieving Guardian rank 6. Most players who have spent time in the game will start out at rank 6 and instantly have all mods ready to go out of the gate. New players will unlock mods as they climb through the ranks. Look out for more info on Guardian ranks soon. Mod application details. Mod energy types are being removed, eliminating the need for 4 different versions of a given armor piece for build crafting purposes. We're also converting the combat style socket in an additional mod socket for an armor slot, helmet, gauntlets, etc. We are also reducing the energy cost for many of those mods, helping give you more opportunities to mix and match. Wow. Alright. Additionally, armor mods that previously provided benefits to weapons based on their archetype, for example, hand cannon loader, will now instead provide benefits to weapons based on their damage type. Interesting. This levels the playing field for all weapon archetypes and should make it easier to put together a powerful suite of mods to benefit multiple weapons in your loadout sharing a damage type. But that's not all. Artifact mods are also being translated to unlockable perks. They will no longer need to be socketed, but rather unlock for the duration of the season once earned and are passively applied to your loadout. What? Okay. So what do we mean exactly? Let's say the anti-barrier weapon of the season is pulse rifles. This means that you'll no longer need to equip a mod for this? Taking up precious space and energy, all your pulse rifles, unless they have an intrinsic champion mod, will automatically have anti-barrier applied? Oh my god. As you can imagine, having every single artifact mod active at the same time would be a little OP. Because of that, you won't be able to unlock them all at the same time. We'll have to choose which 12 perks you have active at any given time. However, we do want to make it as easy as possible to change up your builds, so resetting the artifact will not cost anything. Nice. Alright, what does this mean for your Artifice Armor's extra artifact mod slot? Starting Lightfall, Artifice Armor will have a new unique mod slot that grants 3 additional points to your character stats like Strength, Agility, Intellect, etc. This will help you round out your stats as you perfect your builds. Once you've gotten your loadout set and your mods managed, it's time to dive in. We're making some gameplay updates to complement the above changes. Wow, this seems awesome so far. Game, set, match. One thing that has always played a huge part in how you set up your builds is match game. It's been pretty much a requirement that you diversify your damage types or end up facing shields that feel hopeless to break. I hate match game. We want to remove this restriction and allow more freedom with how you create your builds and take advantage of new element-specific mods. To reach that goal, match game is being removed from high difficulty activities. Yes! RIP match game. You will not be missed. And we are making a few tweaks to how you can do damage to different types of shields. Base shield resistance to non-matching damage types across the entire game is being adjusted to 50%, similar to Gambit now. And we will have some other ways for you to do some bonus damage to shields that we'll tell you about before launch. This will help you synergize your perks and abilities around a single damage type rather than diluting them across several different ones. That's awesome. We are the champions. Oh god, the champions section? Oh, here we go. Another thing that has a huge impact on the build are champions. We want to make how you counter champions more logical. That should also make it easier to learn how to deal with them in the first place. So while you still have a selection of anti-champion artifact perks available to you based on your current weapon selection, we are also adding some anti-champion options to your subclasses to complement your weapons. Barrier Champion Solar Void Strand Counter. When using volatile rounds from your weapon, it will also pierce the barrier and stun the champion? What? When a player is radiant, their attacks pierce champions' shields and stun them. Strand will have a method of piercing barriers. It's built-in anti-barrier into those affinities? Wow. Into those affinity-specific perks, and this is crazy. Overload Champions Arc Stasis and Void Counter. Damaging an overload champion by triggering the jolt condition stuns the champion, likewise suppressing the champion stuns them, as does slowing them with stasis. That's awesome. Holy crap. This is going to completely change builds and strategies for challenging endgame content. Unstoppable has arc, solar stasis, and strand counter. Blinding an unstoppable champion instantly stuns them, encasing them in stasis and then shattering it, or triggering a solar ignition on them likewise stuns them. Strand will also include an unstoppable champion counter. Very nice. Armor change mods. All right, we're almost to the end of it here. With the combat mod socket going away, many mods that once belonged to the Charged with Light and Elemental Well subfamilies of mods now fall under a revamped system known as Armor Charge and move to armor slot specific sockets. The Armor Charge mechanic functions as follows. Socketing an armor mod that uses an Armor Charge system gives you access to the system. Got it? The functionality of taking charge, picking up an orb of power to gain 1 stack of the charge, is now granted to you whenever you have any Armor Charge mod equipped. Many mods that previously created Elemental Wells gave you stacks of Charge with Light have been converted to instead create an Orb of Power. All right. You can now hold between 0 and 3 stacks of Armor Charge by default, which appears as a buff in the status effect area. By socketing chest armor mods charged up, you can increase your maximum number of Armor Charge stacks as high as 6. Okay. Some mods provide a passive ongoing benefit while you have any stacks of Armor Charge. When you have one of these armor mods equipped, every 10 seconds a stack of Armor Charge falls off if not consumed by something else. Interesting. So they're basically just reworking Charge with Light. Players can extend this decay time by socketing the extended charge mod in the class item socket. For example, Font of Wisdom in the head socket will provide a bonus gain to intellect while you have any Armor Charge active. Some mods consume 1, 2, 3, or all stacks of Armor Charge on a particular trigger, granting you an instantaneous benefit when they do. A few other mods, Stacks on Stacks in the leg socket, Powerful Friends and Radiant Light in the head socket, Time Dilation in the class item socket, etc., can modify the Armor Charge system for you without providing you with a specific benefit while you have Armor Charge. Nice. Finishers will now consume Armor Charges and not dip into your super energy. That's a nice change right there. So it looks like the Charge with Light stuff is going to be back on the menu and feeling good. Now let's look at Elemental Wells. This is currently the builds that the majority of people I think are using inside PvE. While many of the mods that previously created or benefit from Elemental Wells are being changed to instead focus on Orbs of Power, some aspects of Elemental Wells aren't going away entirely. Instead of creating Elemental Wells, each subclass will now create damage type specific spawned objects. Ionic Traces for Arc, Fire Spite for Solar, Void Breaches for Void, Stasis Shards will continue being used for Stasis. Strand will also have an object we will share more details on in the future. Interesting. The ability to spawn these objects will not come from armor mods, but from your subclass instead. For example, while the Ember of Tempering Fragment is active for Solar Hunters, it will now create a Fire Sprite when you defeat an enemy with a Solar Weapon. Picking up any of these objects will grant ability energy or have other effects depending on your subclass build. For example, if you're running a Solar subclass and you have the new Ember of Mercy Fragment equipped, picking up a Fire Sprite will grant you the Restoration effect. The number of these types of interactions will be limited at launch, but we intend to add to the system moving forward. Okay, seems good to me. Balancing Act. While the main goals here were to streamline the build crafting experience, we also had to do some tuning while we were under the hood to address some of the power spikes certain build combinations created. As we said previously, we looked at every single mod and some were changed, moved to other slots, transitioned to other abilities, or removed. With the removal of armor energy type and the consolidation of mechanics into Armor Charge, some mods became redundant and were removed. Some ability energy gains, stat bonuses, and weapon damage bonuses from mods have been reduced, though we've also added some new mods to expand your build possibilities. Not all previous builds are going to be able to be recreated one-to-one, but the system has been changed enough to open up a lot of new possibilities with new mods and ability combinations. I mean, this is kind of expected. Like, the power creep got really out of hand, so it's important that they, kind of retune things down and adjust things. So we're probably not going to be as powerful in some ways, but should have some unique abilities, created builds going forward with Lightfall. An example of mods that aren't coming along for the ride are Warmind Cells. RIP! Warmind Cells! These are a relic of a different time and already have been nerfed in the past. They had a good run, but these mods were deprecated and no longer available starting in Season 20 to make way for new options to consider when crafting your preferred combat style. RIP Warmind Cells. Dang, that hurts. Looking ahead, We've covered a lot and know there are going to be a lot of questions with so many changes on the horizon. We'll have more to say on along with a plethora of exciting changes coming alongside Lightfall's release next month. With a system like this, the best way to fully understand it is to get your hands on it and start tinkering. As with everything involved with supporting Destiny 2, this evolution is not an endpoint. We have plans to continue tuning and improving the system, and we'll be adding new build crafting elements to fill power gaps we didn't have a chance to get with this release. We're excited to see what you build with this new toolbox and looking forward to seeing all the new builds shared out. Worth adding something like, we want to make it more logical which kinds of things you can use to counter champions, make it easier to learn how to deal with them in the first place. There we go. That's the entire thing. I am looking forward to a change in build crafting. Obviously, we do need to tune a lot of different things. Power creep has gotten very much out of hand inside Destiny 2. Let me know your thoughts about these changes down in the comments below. A lot of crazy stuff, a lot of exciting stuff, actually. And that's a wrap on this one. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. I will keep you up to date on all the news in Destiny 2. Smash the like button. See you in the next one. Later.